extreme pleasure now to yield such time as he may consume to the Majority Leader, another champion of the Chesapeake Bay. 1 minute to the Majority Leader.
The gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. Mr. Speaker and ladies and gentlemen of the House, I had the great privilege of being elected to the Maryland State Senate in 1966. There were two other individuals, or a lot of other individuals, but two other individuals who were elected with me. The other two were elected to the House of Delegates. One of those was Benjamin Cardin, who now is Maryland's junior United States Senator. The other individual elected that same year was Paul Sarbanes. Paul Sarbanes served for 4 years. Then he was elected to the House in 1970, served in the House for 6 years, and in 1976 was elected to the United States Senate. I was in the State Senate and had the privilege of working hard for his election that year. He served longer than any other individual representing our state. And one of the programs that he fostered was the program that we're reauthorizing today. He can swell with pride not only on the substance of this legislation, but also on the fact that his extraordinary son, who now represents a district that he used to represent, the 3rd Congressional District of our state, is now sponsoring and shepherding this legislation through the House of Representatives. My colleagues have spoken about the substance of this legislation. John Smith, 1607, came up a bay that was pristine and essentially unspoiled. In the next 400 years, man in his somewhat irresponsibility has not husbanded that asset that God gave us as he should, or she should. This legislation, sponsored by Senator Sarbanes many years ago, now shepherded by his son, Congressman John Sarbanes, was an effort to ensure that we understood what Congressman Gilchrist talked about and the importance of this asset we call the Chesapeake Bay, not just to Maryland, not just to Pennsylvania or Delaware or Virginia, but to our country, an extraordinary ecological resource. So I rise simply not to recite what my colleagues have already recited, but to congratulate John Sarbanes, to say how proud we are, as I know he is as well, of the extraordinary service given to our state by his father, Senator Paul Sarbanes, the original author of this legislation, and to thank him for carrying this torch forward on behalf of a resource that is priceless, as the ad says. So I thank him for yielding this time, congratulate him for his efforts, and urge my colleagues to strongly support this legislation and yield back.